जय
राधा रमन भगवान की
जय
राधा हृदय भगवान की
जय
सुंदर सुंदर भगवान की
जय
श्री गोलिकाय की
जय
राधा रमन की
जय
गोवर्धननाथ की
जय
हरिराम भगवान की
जय
ओम
हरे कृष्ण
Can I have that Vaishnava song? That Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakur, you can sing that.
Yes.
It's very instructive, that version.
What is
61.
61?
Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Hey Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Diya Parathaya, Soso He Amara, Tomara Charana Kori. Diya Parathaya, Soso He Amara, Tomara Charana Kori. Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Jaya Premado Jaya Dutta Soti Jaya Dutta Jaya Premado Jaya Dutta Soti Jaya Dutta Jaya Dutta Sangha Deho Me Amare Gote Jaya Dutta Sangha Deho Me Amare Gote Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Ekaki Amara Nani Maya Bala Hari Ekaki Amara Nani Maya Bala Hari Nama Sankirtana. Bhumi Kita Kori Kata Dunia Sivo Bhumi Kita Kori Kata Dunia Sivo Krishna Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Kori, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Nase Tomara, Nase Paro, Tomara Krishna Se Tomara, Krishna Se Paro, Tomara Ami to Kala, Boli Sai Ami to Kangala, Krishna Krishna Boli, Jai Baba Ami to Kala, Krishna Boli, Jai Ami to Kangala, Krishna Krishna Boli, Jai Baba Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Doyara As you all know, very wonderful, very instructive, meaning also. You want to read the meaning? Yes. Little bit? Especially, after the line, those things are said, 6 urges are those of the speech, mind, that is said in that Ishobhadan said, Upadeshamrut Slok also. So that is same thing here. He says there are 6 urges of the speech, mind, anger, tongue, belly and genitals. Then the 6 faults are overeating or collecting more monetary funds than required, over-endeavoring for the material objectives, unnecessary talking about the mundane affairs, being too attached to or too neglectful of the spiritual rules and regulations, associating with worldly-minded persons, and lusting after the mundane achievements. These are to be rejected, in other words. The 6 good qualities are enthusiasm, patience, confidence, determination to perform the activities favorable to the devotional service, the resolution to abandon the association of non-devotees, and the discipline required to always follow in the footsteps of the predecessor acharyas. Actually, everything comes in this much instructions. This is so wonderful, I do read this and chant this many, many times, even by myself speaking, It is like a nectar, You feel like nectar is coming. It is so healthy and so wonderful. Anyway, you read, where is that? You read one, somebody else read two, like that.
O Vaishnava Thakura, O ocean of mercy, be merciful to me, your servant, and purify me by the shade of your feet. Your feet I humbly hold.
Controlling my 6 urges and purifying me of the 6 faults, please give to your servant the six good qualities. Oh, give me the 6 kinds of holy association. I have sat down here in the hope of having your company.
3, number 3.
Alone, I find I have no strength to chant the holy name of Lord Hari. I beg you, therefore, please be merciful, and with a particle of faith, give me the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna.
Krishna is yours. You are able to heal him to me. For such is your power. And we, rich and simply, run after you, crying Krishna, Krishna.
So,
Your plane is around 120 minutes late. As of now, it's 120 minutes late.
a train is 1 hour 20 minutes late already. So we have plenty of time here. Very good. Unless you all are tired. Yeah. Krishna there. Let him make 10 hours late. We are in Krishna's home. Wonderful temple, Maharaj. Wonderful temple. Very spiritually potent, very neat and clean, inside and out, both ways. Suchi, very suchi, very wonderful. I hope you come to our place there and help us to do this much more better. Okay, you want?
Yeah, I'll do this.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. It's indeed a great privilege to have with us His Grace Atmaram Prabhu with us this evening. So let us, welcome him in a traditional way by chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! So with mercy of Lakshmi Narsingh there, we have with us His Grace Atmaram Prabhu, who is a senior disciple of His Divine Grace, Sri IIT Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So, Prabhuji is actually, originally he hails from Gujrat, and then he had gone to US to do his MS in mechanical engineering in Wayne State University. Wayne State University. And then Prabhuji later joined NASA, and then he worked for some time in NASA, and like his team was one of those first teams which had sent a space shuttle to the into the space. So, and then his good wife, her is Revati Mataji. She's also, during that time, she was herself a qualified electrical engineer. So both of them there, they met Srila Prabhupada, and then Srila Prabhupada ordered them to actually to preach to the young students, like those who are going to school, and then kind of systematize, introduce Krishna conscious education in the daily curriculum. So Prabhuji, to take that instruction, he has dedicated his life, his life, bed and soul to carry out the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. And then with Mataji and their 3 kids, they returned to India, and in their hometown Surat, they've started this wonderful Bhakti Vedanta Rajavidyalaya, which is actually an English medium school. And like along with their regular curriculum, like their regular subjects like maths, physics, chemistry, whatever, they also have Krishna conscious education. And almost for 3 hours a day, they have good Krishna conscious engagement for them. So the current strength of the school is around 200 to 250. At one point of time, there were 400 to 500 students also. So it has like both boarding facility, and it also has like day scholar facility. So the wonderful point about this school is that as Prahlad Maharaj has instructed, Kaumaram Acharya Pragno, means the seed of Krishna consciousness has to be given at a very young age. So all these young students, in these young minds, if they're given the seed of Krishna consciousness, then they grow up to be wonderful citizens. They perfect themselves, they perfect others' lives. These Vaishnava kids are a boon to the society. So Prabhuji actually started this school in Surat. This is around almost 6 kilometers from Baradoli, Prabhuji. Around 6 kilometers from Baradoli and around 60 kilometers from Surat.
No, and 30 kilometers.
Around 30 kilometers from Surat. And then the school, the wonderful point about the school is that they have a temple within the school itself, which houses the very beautiful small Sri Radha Damodar deity. They also have the Srinathji deity, and then the Mangalarti starts around 5 am in the school premises itself. And then Prabhuji and his good wife Mataji, they stay within the campus, and then all the students, the boardings, the hostlers, the students, they attend this program. And what really amazed me is that almost around 200 to 300 students have passed out, from the 10th grade in their school. There's still almost 50% of them are still practicing Krishna consciousness very strongly. And then when they come back, in their vacations or whatever, like all of them, most of them are now engineers, doctors or whatever. And when they come back in their vacations and all, they're very eager to come back to their school, and they participate in all the services and like all the programs, the Janmashtami and other festivals in the school. The students themselves, they organize everything, right from stage decoration, prasadam preparation, DT decoration, everything they do it themselves. And so, what else? So much to tell, but I don't want to tell it myself, because we can hear it from Prabhuji, how he met Srila Prabhupada, and then how he dedicated his life to the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And then it's one very wonderful story of how he met Srila Prabhupada, and then how Prabhupada had instructed him. And I don't want to tell it myself, because it will be nice if you hear it from him. So Prabhuji further is planning to take it ahead, this school, and then how this school can actually create wonderful Krishna conscious children. And how Prabhupada would always say that a devotee, wherever he is, he would practice Krishna consciousness, he would bring Krishna consciousness to others. So this school is actually making out devotees. So today we have with us Prabhuji. So without taking much time of yours, Prabhuji has told me so many things, but I'm unable to present it in a proper way. I'm sorry, Prabhuji, I can't do justice to your this thing. But then I can only say that. It's been very nice that I've been interacting with him almost 3-4 hours. The moment I picked him from railway station, such a wonderful Vaishnava with very nice Vaishnava qualities. So indeed we are very privileged to listen from him. So let us listen to Prabhuji. Prabhuji said that he would actually speak on verse 9.2 from Bhagavad Gita. So let us please take out Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhuji will make it a little more from his personal experience, little bit from philosophy. It's going to be very nice. Once more. one tradition. 9 point.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-jnana-salakaya Chakshurumilitanjena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Shri-Chaitanya-Manopurisam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karanayam Dadati Swarparantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, Venkat Prabhu had some discussion with me in the car when we were coming from the station, and let me say something. First of all, I want to thank all of you to give me the opportunity to say something about Krishna and Prabhupada. I humbly mean this because in Chaitanya Charitamrita it says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that oh my Lord, I can live without you, but I cannot live without your devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I heard your lotus feet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't go away, don't go away. I cry, So this way we have to have that feeling within our heart. And as I talk to him, the children are our devotees there. Because one credit you can give them, Leela Purushottam Prabhu came, Hari Bhat Prabhu also came. And they saw it, that they are innocent. Even though they may make little mistake here or there, but they are innocently doing it, not purposefully. So they have those devotees' qualities. They live in this age of Kali. 200 parents have agreed to keep their children under our shelter in a practical sense. So we also thank their parents also. And they are coming out in a practical manner. So it is not that they will put on dhotis, shave their head, do this, do that, and go in a temple and forget the parents and then start abusing this, that. Not like that. Krishna consciousness is practical. And therefore I choose to speak on this floor. So these children, other thing I recall is that in America, we had a meetings quite few times, wherever we were in, just like this Leela Purushottam and his wife had this place. We had a place like this. We were always renting a bigger place. We had our house also. So we always keep inviting the young Indian children, college students, most of them. And I can see that picture is like in my mind right now, seeing all of you here after a long time. Our school children are small, They start with 5 years, 4 years, and maximum up to 16, because 10th standard, 16, 18, some maybe 18, but that's it. So we are seeing only small only. And after a long time, I'm seeing all of you. But I told him, we were doing in engineering college, which is called IIT in Surat now. Previously it was Sardar Vallabhbhai Engineering College. Now they upgraded it. So there we had a meeting like this. Any time of the night we will go and they will get together. 50, 60 students, all at a time. We just say, one of the boys' name was Surat. He was from AP too. And they say, Surat, right now is the time, 10 minutes to collect everybody. So he will run. He will tell everybody in the room, come on. We cook prasadam, mostly our Gauranga khichdi, and we take with us, so they don't have to be hungry. And like that, and it was really very nectarian and wonderful. In medical college also, we organized to all the medical doctors. And like that, we somehow or another by Prabhupada mercy, we are always in touch with the educated mass. We have not rejected non-educated mass. But the thing is, Krishna is somehow arranging like that. In the meantime, we have started this project in 1989, last part, and now it is since 22, 23 years going on. about 10, 12 batches of 10 standard has already graduated. School is in English medium, starting with nursery up to the 10th grade. They do their regular study from 9 o'clock. Actual school hours are 8, but from 8 to 9, before 8 o'clock, the hostelites get all the benefits of the spiritual life. But the outside students come at 8 o'clock. So for them to get some benefit, we have 8 to quarter to 9 or about 9 o'clock. We let them also sit and just like this listen Krishna Katha. So they also get that benefit. The experience we found it, these outside students, because they live with their parents and because they live in the villages or even some in the cities, they somehow forget very fast. It may be imbibed in them, inside their consciousness, but externally you feel like they have forgotten. But the hostelites, you don't feel that. Anytime you say, hey Haribol, come here, they are ready. Do this, do that. These Prabhus have come on pay obeisances, they will immediately do it. So like that way, there is a difference between the daytime scholars and the hostelites. So this is certainly a positive approach. Now we have not started this school because we wanted it. Because as Prabhuji has said, I am a mechanical engineer from USA and Mataji is electrical engineer from Surat and also she had degree in USA. She was the only and the first lady to be graduate engineer in the year 1968 or 69 from at least from entire Gujrat. There was no lady studying in engineering. And she is a military minded, even today. So Prabhu saw it. Well, anyway, but the point is that Prabhupada instructed us twice. I met Prabhupada in 1975 in Detroit, 3 days, and 3 days in Chicago. When we met Prabhupada and we started discussing, at that time we were the only Indians, hardly maybe some other 1 or 2 persons. Everybody else were all Americans and Europeans and like that. So Prabhupada somehow was very lovable to us, and that love is keeping us going around. So Prabhupada talk, he says, Revji said that, Maharaji said that I am from farmer's family, I am engineer, this, that, everything. So Prabhupada said that there can be little less in engineering numbers in the whole world if you just give up little engineering. But there will be no less if you don't become Krishna conscious. It will be much reduction. So you become the enthusiastic instrument for Krishna consciousness. And you can dedicate your engineering or give up. So it clicked at that time, but it doesn't click so heavily. Because what happened is I went from here to America with a debt on my head. I had negative balance, completely negative balance. Indira Gandhi passed a law that you can take a loan from the banks for going America. So I took the advantage of that law and I took as much loan they can give me. Prabhupada went with 40 rupees, but I took with the negative side. And I went, and somehow at that time I had no student visa. I was in a student visa. So anyway, then the thing started. So there was a time limit for registration and everything, and it was all done. So then study was done, and then we were doing part-time work and trying to finish off our debt. That was because that's our Indian mentality. It should be in anybody's mentality, I think. So we were working, both of us. She was graduate and Madaji came as an immigrant from India. At that time they were allowing. So she started working. But at that time there was recession period. So she cannot get a professional job. So anyway, we somehow managed it. And things went on. So I don't want to take the whole time in that. So we can have, you all can come there then you can have more time. So anyway, things went on that way. Then one day I was going for my exam, and I met one devotee. In America there are always 90-degree crossing roads. Everywhere you see it, the entire country is that way. Except New York City and Los Angeles and other cities, other places it is crossed. So I was going to the university for my test or exam, and I was rushing because time was running out. So then I crossed across one of the American devotees. He stopped me, so I stopped for half a minute or so. In the meantime, instead of he telling me more, he said, just take this card and come to us. So I took his address card of the temple, and then we put it in the pocket. But before that thing happened, I told Prabhuji that was only British airline that was going to Detroit at that time in 70s. No other airline will go to Detroit. So I took that airline, and at the Heathrow, London airport, I had a whole night to take rest. The next morning, another flight start from there to go to Detroit. So when I was lying down, I don't get that good sleep because it's all changing time and everything. Nevertheless, I was lying down. So I perceive the sound vibration that you need a spiritual guru, you need a spiritual master, for the spiritual guidance. So I had one notebook taken with me and a pen, of course. So I wrote it down, and then I kept it with me. So then when we went to America, I saw many yoga centers and many other so-called our spiritual people who teaches about the physical health only, like Maharishi Mahesh and so many of them. So then I always question, this is not what I wanted. No, it is not my bread. So then this devotee crossed me, so he gave me the card, but just like anybody else doubt, I was doubting that there were some long-haired hippies too. So I said, no, these guys may be cheating and it may be another kind of creation. I don't want to get into hooked up and spoil whatever I have come for. So then we talked about it at that time, and after a couple of days we went in one of the Sundays. So the feast they were giving in America, you can't describe it in words. Everything is made out of pure cow ghee, just like this ghee was smelling. It is so wonderful, And oh boy, what they call Gauranga potatoes. You heard it? You heard it? Oh, Ekadasi. Actually it's Ekadasi preparation. But you can eat ordinary days also. So they had Gauranga potatoes and so many other preparations. Minimum 12 to 10 course vegetarian feast. They make it, surprise. So we went into that. They were not allowing in those days in the kitchen and everything. But because Prabhupada talked so nicely with us, they say, it's okay with you. So they allowed me. So, oh my goodness, the way they cook, everything neat and clean. Not once, but while the kitchen cooking thing is going on, it's always clean. And it just shocked me, because in India our system is not like that. You eat everything, you leave things here, there, everything. Then the servant come and cook, So it's totally amazing. So when we saw that, and then he took us in a temple. Temple was upstairs on a staircase. So it was on, as I told you, on Forest Avenue, Forest Hill or something. So on that street we went and we saw full temple. In the middle, still those cities are there in Detroit. Gonita in the back, which we don't know. In Gujrat, Gonita nobody knows in those years. So we say, I don't know who is this, raise hands, Lord. Then Radha Krishna we recognize, and Jagannath, Subhadra, Baldev, we heard about it. So we said, this is okay. So then we say, on that day we associated with the devotees, listen, kirtan, this, that, everything. And we went back and then we discussed about it a little bit. When next visit I went, we decided that we have debt and we will get more debt. So I give them $100 donation. In those days, $100 donation from Indians, and it is like $1 million, So devotees were patting me, this, that, and it was embarrassing me. I said, why are you doing all this? I did not understand. I said, no, you take this and give it to the Lord. So he brought me all books of Prabhupada. I said, don't give me all these books for free. It cost. So he said, no, you take for free. I want to give you. So he gave me. And then I took some, and I took especially Bhagavad Gita as it is in English, printed by Macmillan Book Company, softbound. So that book I read personally myself 5 times. And then I told her also to read, because she was also graduate as well as equally, partaking in everything. And her background was more stronger in Krishna than mine. So she picked it up. She read it 2-3 times maybe also, and she picked it up. Hey, this is what we were looking for. So then Prabhupada were going to come. So devotees told us about Prabhupada. So we received him. In those days to receive Prabhupada means what? It was so grand receiving. Even in America, you throw the flowers, you spread a red carpet, wonderful. And Prabhupada looked little bit here, there and walk like a wind, oh fast he walked. Even if you pay a visit, he walked very fast. So garlanded him, flowered him, just like that. And at some of the airport they were doing aarti even in those days. So Prabhupada were received like that. We went in a temple. In the temple there was no residential facility, it was a small place. So they had rented a small apartment. So we went to the Prabhupada place and
See what is this?
discussed
Rahul, see what?
a little bit, and Prabhupada came to know about us. So then he said that you should start an educational institution through which Krishna consciousness should be broadcast. This is his wording, inverted commas. So what do we understand by all these things, So then he said, you are in education line, because Mataji was a lecturer in engineering college after finishing her graduation. So anyway, so this instruction came from Prabhupada's mouth, and we were meditating. When we met, then again we met him another 3 days in Chicago, and he spoke the same thing. So we were meditating how to do this, how to do this, how to do this. So we started a school in America before we came to India. And it was a little, same size room probably, not a little big or whatever. And we had a temple, small temple. So only no deities were there, simply pictures were there. So we were worshipping, and then in that hall we gathered together all the small children of the Indian parents, only Saturday and Sundays, and give them only Krishna consciousness, no other, because they go to the outside school where they learn everything. So we were doing that. So after a while we came to know that these people are trying to misuse us, like a babysitters.
Okay.
Because they leave the kids with us and then they go away. They don't cook, they don't do nothing. And we feed the kids prasadam, like you all are taking prasadam here. So we feed the kids from our own earning and everything, So right there we had that practice. But we found this is what they are doing, so we said, no, you as a parents, you help us here. You help us here, because what is your contribution? You think we are running this for some kind of a madhouse or what? So they said, no, but we can't stay. I said, no, if you don't stay, we will do it for another 3 weeks. And we will see how many of you will be seen. We had 60 students coming in USA for studying this thing in weekends. So then we decided that no, these parents have not done anything as far as education is concerned. They are millionaires. Majority of the students were from the medical doctors' children. So we expect them to, contribute in some way. And they did not do it. So then later on we closed down. We again discussed with the devotees and we found it that it may not be successful in America. Because no parent wants to participate in any other way. So how can you do it? So then we came to India and we started preaching in orphanages, schools, colleges, universities, medical college, engineering college. Our main target was medical and engineering, in schools also, orphanages. And everywhere response was wonderful, just beautiful response. Everywhere we go, they all listen very carefully, they try to do something gradually, like that way. So, but then we saw that these places are not ours where you go. So you cannot have a permanent access. So we were meditating and discussing with Jew temple devotees and others, and they say that, yes, you cannot do it. Prabhupada said, you start an educational institution. So we have to have our own place, in other words. So we did that program for 5 years of preaching in India. We were, I'm not saying this from some home point of view, but in Surat we were so much famous, even at the station, if you say Atmaram Das Prabhu, they know it. Because we were covered up, entire city, by preaching. And engineering students then we were taking engineering students also for preaching, book distribution. They were coming very nicely. They were not some of them were putting on dhoti, but majority were in pant shirt. But different looking anyway. So then that thing went on. So in 1989 we have purchased this property, which we have now 18 acres of property is there. And there are, we have a temple, a full-fledged temple. In the middle, Radha Damodar, full size, 4 feet high, 3.5 feet high. Srinathji, about 3 feet and 9 inches. And Gonitai. Nitai Gosundar is their name. And outside, Prabhupada, full size, big deity. And there was we had a small temple first. So there we have Jagannath, Subhadra and Baldev. They are separate, like facing towards each other. That is the temple setup we have now. I don't have album to show you, but anyway, we will make some animals. But like that, then about 200 feet away from there, 150 feet maybe away from there, is a big C-shaped school, which has 36 big rooms, 27 feet by 27 feet or 26 feet, like that, big rooms. Then we have a guest house, 12 rooms guest house, fully equipped with bathroom, toilet, like that. And then we have one big gate, which is Mayapur type of gate. It's a different in shape, but big gate like that. And next to that gate, there is another big building which has 48 rooms to accommodate 450 hostelites. So this much facility, Prabhupada by his mercy has given us. Land should be developed for agriculture purpose and other our personal needs. Now we have Gosala building. We have 70 cows, small, big 70 cows are there. Children drink the same cow milk and also given in Krishna's service. And some extra may be there which we sell it because we have a lack of manpower problem.
Yeah, Prabhuji was saying that he is looking for men here.
Right. If that is so, I told you, it will be like a golden age.
But Prabhuji,
It is.
I don't think
Uh.
he'll be, he can manage. I've asked so many people here, they're not ready to go.
Yeah. So we have to cooperatively keep on trying, Mataji.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we don't want to give it
Next
up.
time, yeah.
Because as Prabhupada says, he has given this and Krishna has given this for their service.
Yeah.
So as long as we breathe, we have to somehow get going. So anyway, some of these young boys can come. If they are interested. At least you come as a visit, the whole trip. We'll take care of you, every respect. There may be many trains coming from from Kanpur to Surat. Yeah. So you just come. So anyway, this way that school project is going on. And as he said, many have graduated, but they are keeping contact with us. And it can be more nicer if I have more devotees. I tell you, it can be very wonderful. Like Lilapur Prabhu came and that Prabhuji came. They were busy because they were a short visit. We have to talk so many things, we have to discuss so many things, we have to show them so many things. But nevertheless, that little getting together and cooperatively understanding each other's mood was there, and it is still there. So because of that, I tell you, it was feeling different, Even just one devotee comes with a proper understanding. And because this is an educational place, I was telling Prabhuji, you can't have Tom, Harry and Dick, You have to have proper persons. Because we have a co-education, girls and boys both. Both. So we got to have the proper choice and selection. Otherwise it will create a havoc, So anyway, so like that this project is going on. And kids respond. You tell them you speak this slok, that slok, certain sloka they spoke, they cannot speak everything. We even don't know all the sloka. So they speak and they respond. But as the time has gone, it has little decreased also in quality. Previously we had students, they will speak left and right. You speak in English, they will respond you in Sanskrit. Some translation is, for example, Yadayada Dharmasya, you speak in English and he will speak the slok. You speak slok and he will speak in English. But now that is kind of reduced. So anyway, this way this project is going on, and during the festival time we invite outside other people also and feed them prasadam and everything also. On Janmashtami day we have a gathering of their guardians and other guests and everything, up to as big as 1,500 people. Janmashtami. Next day of Janmashtami, Prabhupada we feed all of them free and like that. So this project is based on this sloka. There are many slokas which confirm this project. Bhakti Vedanta Vidyalaya, bracketing the school. But it says Rajavidya, you all know this sloka I think. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitranidam Uttamam Pratyak Savgamam Dharmam Susukam Kartum Avyapam. So very practical knowledge, very practical application of this sloka in our practical day-to-day life. Krishna says, this knowledge is the king of education, Rajavidya. Therefore that name Rajavidya is there. It is the king of education. Number two, most secret of all secrets. Most secret of all secrets. Rajaguhyam. Guhyam means secret. It is the purest knowledge. Pavitram. It is the purest knowledge. And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, means pratyakshavgamam. Pratyakshavgamam is direct perception of the self by realization. It is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. There should not be any moroseness when we do Krishna consciousness. It may become little routine after doing certain things, but again we have to revive. Again we have to revive and again get back on the wheel. So that way it requires, most thing is you all are together, and that together make it get going and get rolling. Just like why we can read the purport, some part of it, because it's a very long purport. So in that, Prabhupada says in the purport, so many things are said, but in this, Prabhupada says in the second paragraph, I read the first paragraph also. This chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called the king of education because it is the essence of all doctrines and philosophies explained before. Among the principal philosophers in India, such as Gautam, Kanad, Kapil, Yagnavalkya, Sandhya and Vaishwanar. And finally there is Vyasadeva, the author of Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. Now the Lord says that it says in this 9th chapter, that it is the king of all knowledge, the essence of all knowledge that can be derived from the study of the Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. It is the most confidential because it is confidential. Why? Our transcendental knowledge involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body. And the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in the devotional service. Then Prabhupada says, generally the people are educated in this confidential knowledge. People are not educated, in this confidential knowledge. They are educated in external knowledge. As far as the ordinary education is concerned, people are involved in so many departments, politics, sociology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, engineering, etc. There are so many departments of knowledge all over the world and many huge universities. But there is unfortunately no university or educational institution where the science of the spirit soul is instructed. Here, the soul is the most important part of the body. Without the presence of the soul, the body has no value. Still, people are placing great stress in the bodily necessities of life, not caring for the vital soul. So Bhakti Vedanta Vidyalaya English School is a school where the knowledge of the soul and the body, matter and the spirit, everything is given. So it exactly confirms, that how this institution is a bona fide institution for Prabhupada. It is one of the setup of ISKCON organization specializing in education, in other words, where all common people, children can come and take the education. Once this setup is very, it is to our knowledge, as I was talking with you, it is already done. Whether it is done